Does How to Train Your Dragon 2025 take flight or crash harder than Hiccup in his first test run? Let's talk about it. Here's my review for How to Train Your Dragon 2025. Welcome back, nieces and nephews. Today we are diving into How to Train Your Dragon 2025. And listen, I had mixed feelings walking into this one. I'm a fan of the original, like, please don't touch it levels of fan. You know what I mean? So I was skeptical. But here's my honest take. Now, I'm not really a fan of live remakes because they tend to be soulless and don't really push the story in any way. That being said, Lilo and Stitch surprised me and gave me a glimmer of hope for this one. If you want to see that review, I'll link it up in the description below, or you can click on it at the top right here and check it out. In case you don't know the story, How to Train Your Dragon is about Hiccup, a scrawny Viking kid born into a culture where killing dragons is the norm. His dad, the village chief, and he's got zero faith in Hiccup as a warrior. But everything changes when Hiccup meets Toothless, a night fury dragon, and instead of slaying him, they form a bond that flips their world upside down. The classic unlikely friendship, classic anti-violence message, classic coming-of-age arc. And yeah, this remake is exactly that story, just in live action. The casting is solid, everybody brought the characters to life. Nobody phoned it in. You could tell that they really took this role serious. Toothless looks amazing. The dragon designs across the board, a huge W. The world feels immersive, thought out, and brings the animation to the real space really well. You know, I feel like they really respected the tone of the original. There's heart in this. It's not just a cash grab. Well, not completely anyway. But here's the thing. It's still a shot-for-shot remake. And that's my biggest gripe. The live action format could have offered a little bit more. More depth, more new perspectives, even a few extra scenes to expand the world and emotional takes. Instead, it sticks to the script almost too closely. The pacing, a little slow at the top. The action, very solid, but in my opinion, not really enough of it. Something I feel is forgivable in a way with the animated version. The action feels intense, and you will hold your breath in moments, but there's not too much of it. Yes, I know the original is the same way, but it would have been cool to change this a little more in this one. We're seeing this in live action. Make me feel for it, you know? Now, you ask yourself, who is this for? Well, if you love the original, this will feel like a familiar, loving tribute. But honestly, this version isn't really for us. It's for them, the next generation. In fact, I could hear the kids behind me getting all into the movie, getting hyped like I did when I saw the original. To me, that's what these movies are for, what they will always be for. A different way to get the new generation to fall in love with an older IP. I mean, we are the parents and grandparents, and we love the original, so why not have something to share with them? Am I right? This movie isn't for us, at least not in the same way as it is for them. This is how new fans fall in love with Toothless. As nostalgic adults, we want bold reimaginings, but for the young ones, they just want the magic, and this movie delivers that. At the end of the day, it's about having fun, and I think this movie does that. Overall, How to Train Your Dragon 2025 gets an A from me. It brought the spirit of the animated world into live action with care, heart, and just enough spectacle to make it work. So now it comes time for me to ask you that question. What do you think? Does it live up to the original, or should Toothless have stayed animated? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from everybody. And hey, if you like this review, hit that like button and subscribe for more every week. Because life is too short to watch bad movies, so let me help you with that. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. YouTube thinks you're gonna like this one, so click on it and don't prove them wrong. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button. I'm on a mission here.